We're here with Ian Wallace of Chestnut Hill Outdoors, the great-grandson
Great-grandson.
of Dr. Dunston, the creator of Dunston Chestnuts. And what we're going to talk about today is how can we, a lot of virtually anyone who's improving the habitat may be interested in this, but particularly a lot of us either manage or own hunting ground that is not out our back door. Now we got a ways to go. Okay, we might not be able to make it out there 100 times a year. Now, geez, that food plot, making that food plot work can be tough, but oh man, if I could just get myself a nursery going. Now I've got nature giving me a food plot every darn year, and I have very little maintenance that I have to do on that comparatively. Talk to us about what we want to consider when creating these nurseries as far as tree selection and such.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when we here, at Chestnut Hill, we really like to think about that nature has provided energy and food sources to wildlife and humans for eternity. And trees are a crucial part of that energy source. Herbaceous plots are important in that nutritional set, but also, when deer are rummaging around the forest, they're looking for high carbohydrate sources and berries and plums and pears and persimmons. They sense these things and they look them out.
Candy crops that do them a world of good going into the rut.
Yep. And what's really cool about these sources is when you plant a tree on your property and you take care of it and maintain it for the first few years, you're ensuring a food source that's going to produce every year for 20, 30, 40 plus years and it's generational wealth that you're providing not only for your family but for your whole ecosystem.
Certainly. And for as absolutely incredibly awesome as Dunston chestnuts are, do you want this to be your only planting out there, and why not?
Yeah, so the Dunston chestnut is a wonderful nutritional source in the fall. It only produces in the fall, and Mother Nature has provided all kinds of other food sources. The reason that wildlife and deer seek out food during the fall is because they got to fatten up for winter, right? And fortunately, these trees are trying to produce as much food as possible, or as much nut as possible, so that they can reforest in the springtime. Mm-hmm. Well, they give a lot of excess nutrition, and that sheds as fruit for wildlife and deer and humans. So this is an excess during the fall when it drops, but in the
what about middle of winter?
Right.
What about the middle of summer?
And
if you don't mind me interrupting
Sure.
you for 1 second, one of the things the habitat improvement game has truly drilled into my head, I'll tell you what, it's a heck of a lot easier to get deer to do something every single day of season than it is to get them all to do this one day. Mm-hmm. In other words, it's almost like they get ingrained, just like humans. You know what? I'm betting that you take pretty much the exact same route to the nursery every single day from work. There's a whole bunch of different ways you can go, mm-hmm. But every once in a while, do you take a different route home for no reason? Yeah, sure. But 9 times out of 10, if I want to meet Ian at 6:30 in the morning, I'm going to be set up right along this road right here.
That's right.
Because that's the road Ian takes to work.
That's right.
And it's the exact same with whitetail. So if we can go ahead and have 2 things for a tremendously powerful draw: a unique, highly desirable food source for that area, but man, this is gold for those small property owners. Or managers, you want to truly make a difference on that small property. That makes a huge one right there. And my friend Ian Wallace, he's bringing it home for us. Thanks, buddy.